I know there's been some infidelity.
He says it's over. I can't say for sure if that's true or not.
If we don't clean it up, it will probably be a permanent eviction.
The house will be condemned and we will be homeless.
Does that change your opinion of either one of them in any way?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
Okay.
They're still my best friends.
And I'm gonna ask you kind of a hard question. I don't know if you know that we know that you guys have been intimate together.
I wasn't aware.
About 3 years ago, Herb started a relationship with Wendy. I felt like I was just keeping an enemy close as a friend, but she was getting what she wanted.
Hey, what's up guys? Sean back and hoarding. Something a little different than my 600-pound life, even though most 600-pounders are hoarding food a little bit. But yeah, this one interests me because like the human psyche interests me, right? So hoarding is something I'm fascinated with, and I may or may not also have a problem with, okay? Still got all my Pokemon cards from when I was a kid. I probably still have all the Beanie Babies from McDonald's because you know Sean double back and got every one of those puppies out of a Happy Meal. And I may or may not still have all my Monopoly pieces from McDonald's from like 1990, okay? I was preparing to win, and then I just got gypped, and that was one of the biggest scams ever. But yeah, let's check out some hoarding today. This episode's got a wild title. It's just making the beast with two backs. That's all it said. And I don't think I'm allowed to say the word on YouTube, but rhymes with T-Rex, starts with an S.
My house is full of trash and clutter, and it's very disgusting and horrible and unsanitary.
Oh, she's got a bunch of 8-legged puppies running around. But yeah, she's just a food pantry at this point, right? She's preparing. She's a prepper, okay? Nobody's hoarding on the show. They're all preparing for the end.
We haven't thrown things out. We've kept things that we shouldn't have kept, and we've just totally neglected it. Our house is very bad.
This is the foyer, which was supposed to be the main entranceway into the house.
Okay, so you come over to visit, right? You come marching through that door all happy as can be, right? And you walk into this room and you see that they're hoarding flies and trash bags and everything else. Are you able to even step foot in this house? Because I don't know, I'm afraid I'm going to lose my leg or something if I walk up in here.
It has been 10 to 15 years since we have opened the front door.
What you're pretty much seeing here is a few attempts that we made to bag up some of the trash that we had sitting around, and this is about as far as it got.
You know, front doors are kind of overrated anyway, so yeah, we'll just use the back door. And it looks like hot and ready, so that's the only thing. They're probably cooking up a storm in this kitchen, though, not just eating all this takeout and chips, right? Ooh.
This is our upstairs bathroom.
The upstairs bathroom is covered.
Oh my God, it's growing hair. Holy shit, I don't think that's supposed to be like a hairy toilet seat. I think it's growing fuzz.
With trash and mostly used bathroom items. There is old used deodorant containers and used toothbrushes and used razor blades and feminine products on the floor. The only thing we use the bathroom for upstairs is the sink.
You're hoarding tampons? Why? Why not? See, this is what fascinates me, okay? Why are you keeping all this stuff? It's absolutely friggin' ridiculous to even think somebody would have all this just laying around and not throw it away. Like a used deodorant thing, but it's just the whole mental illness aspect. This is what interests me.
And we do still use the tub and shower to get ready for work in the morning.
What? You have a job?
For Herb, a computer programmer, and his wife Janet, this 1,600 square foot house near Richmond, Virginia, has been the only place to call home for more than 20 years.
Damn, so he's only 2.5 hours from me over in Richmond, right? And he's a smart guy. He's a computer programmer. He knows what the hell he's doing. He's better with computers than me. I just ended up being a YouTuber somehow.
This is the master bedroom. There's cans of soda. There's also bottles of wine, an orange juice container, cups, lots and lots of cups.
You probably have to be extra drunk to play tickle pickle on that mattress. You're gonna catch something, right? That place, more hot and ready. Man, they're getting it in this master baby. They're like a Little Caesaring it up.
There's collectible folders. There is a pizza box up here too. A
Cheese and cracker tray.
Cheese and cracker tray. I basically brought it up here and finished it off, and then I just toss it off to the side and forget about it.
At least she's throwing it in the filing cabinet for later, right? But yeah. No, you ever noticed that the Little Caesars mascot looks like a wiener? Kind of makes sense, right? Because the wife called her husband Little Caesar, and she was talking. Yeah, you know what she was talking about when she called him Little Caesar.
Apples, soda can, another wine bottle. So sad. That's an elementary school picture of Herbie.
For Herv and Janet's 22-year-old son, Hervey, living among walls of trash is all he's ever known.
My house is terrible. There's just trash everywhere piled up. There's bugs, cat feces, there's just stuff everywhere you can think of.
Also, when we go in your room, we see an awful lot of Four Loko, man. I thought they weren't allowed to, like, do that anymore because caffeine mixed with alcohol was not going well for people. So they stopped serving Four Loko. I know I had a couple bad nights with it when I was younger.
I only have 2 memories of this house even being clean ever in my lifetime. But by the time I was old enough to realize how bad of a problem it really was, it was just too late.
There's no way to really describe how bad it really is.
So this used to be my old room. No one's been in here for 10 plus years, maybe.
It's cleaner than your new room. So you're part of the problem too, right? He's just stacking it. And he can reach the friggin' ceiling with his head because there's that much trash on the ground. Then you know you've got a little bit of a problem, right? I mean, this is still like very minor as far as hoarding goes. Kidding, this is pretty damn bad.
I haven't even set foot in here. Like, there's an old guitar I used to play with when I was a kid.
Great.
A bunch of old books. There's the closet's full of my father's old military stuff. Stuff just gets thrown in here. I mean, this is just basically storage space now. We have a cat that doesn't use a litter box, so they just go everywhere. Everything in here is covered in cat pee and just poop everywhere.
How can you expect the cat to find the litter box? I'm having trouble finding anything but hot and ready pizza boxes.
Probably stepping in some right now. It's disgusting.
But although these dire conditions are all that Hervey knows, there was a time when the house was clean and functional.
Wow.
However, one traumatic event, a little over 20 years ago, changed everything.
The hoarding started after my son Gregory died.
Gregory had a heart defect and passed away 4 months after he was born.
All right, so some kind of trauma. A lot of times we see that on My 600-Pound Life. They're like, this happened, so this kind of triggered me to go this way. But you still had a living son, right? I'm sorry for your loss, but you had a son that you would have had to kind of take care of and step up for instead of just sinking into this cycle with this whole hoarding.
It devastated them when it happened. They were just completely crushed. They kind of just let themselves go. They didn't care for a while, so they just tried to keep busy and keep moving.
We became disconnected and we didn't care about the house anymore. We came home and we sat down, we ate, and we just discarded the food right.
Is that more? This is what happened to Boston Market. I thought Boston Market shut down, but apparently there it is. But yeah, like half of the furry stuff, I'm having trouble figuring out if it's cat crap or if it's like a breakfast sausage that's just been there for like 10 years and mummified.
Next to us.
After Gregory passed away, personally, I didn't want to let things go. I mean, even as disgusting as a trash bag. I didn't want to lose it. I'd lost my son, and I didn't want to lose anything else.
I mean, if you slip, though, and get buried by a tower of hungry men, right? Which the wife might be down for. I don't know what you're up to, but all right, if you slip and you end up buried by a tower of hungry men, you're going to lose your damn life, and you're going to do it in a pile of cat poop buried by all this nasty trash.
This is our kitchen area. We mostly use the microwave and this refrigerator right here. There isn't a whole lot left in here, but it's definitely got bugs and stuff in it now.
If you eat that cheese, I swear to God, you're going to catch gonosyphilis herpetitis. You better stay the hell away. That would be the most cursed grilled cheese ever.
And to think that this is only a couple years old. There is a sink over here of all old, dirty dishes now. At one time, I do remember using the dishwasher. I don't know if it works now. And the stove is very, very dirty and not usable at the moment.
I mean, just the stove's dirty, though, right? The microwave, perfect working order. The sink, there's a couple dishes. They've been there for about 10 years. I'm planning to get to them, though.
We do have a kitchen table, but it is covered with all the boxes of cans of soda. And there were 4 chairs around the table. I only see
2.
2 of them now.
There is our dining room right there.
The last time that we sat at the kitchen table with a home-cooked meal out of our oven was probably 10 to 15 years ago.
How do you plan to do that if the trash is literally coming alive and eating chairs? Chairs are going missing in this mountain. It's only a matter of time before it swallows you up.
And while the hoard has taken an emotional toll on the family, the financial impact of Janet and Herv's acquiring has been equally detrimental.
The hoarding has ruined our credit. We have credit card debt because we bought items
Again and again.
and again and again.
Excuse me? The only thing you look like you've bought again and again is food. I don't see high-ticket items in here anywhere, right? That air mattress probably cost you, what, 30, 40 bucks? She's probably got more money in hot and ready laying around here than anything from Little Caesars.
I've spent money that we didn't need to spend if we had just taken the time and kept the house up. And we have payments that we can't afford to pay now, so we are, I believe it's close to $80,000 to $100,000 in debt.
Can you mortgage a mountain of hungry man? Like, what the hell's all this money for? I'm confused. They don't have... Did they refinance so they could buy more Mountain Dew?
In fact, the debt grew so large that it led to a recent visit from a sheriff's deputy.
Oh, shit.
But that officer, who came to serve a warrant to Herv for failing to pay his bills, quickly discovered there was much more to this case.
And when he knocked on the door opened up, and he saw the trash inside. It was my worst nightmare.
And he said, that's a fire hazard. I'm going to condemn this place unless you get it cleaned up in about a week. And that's probably why we've got the TV show right now, because somebody finally called him.
Our secret that we had kept for over 20 years had just gone out the window.
What
We have
secret?
been evicted. We can come and go in the house, but we cannot stay there at nighttime. We have 4 to 6 weeks to clean up the house.
If we don't clean up our house, the house will be condemned and we will be homeless.
Okay, so I haven't seen the cat yet. I've seen signs that there is a cat, so poor kitty, this is friggin' awful, right? They've already been condemned, kicked out of their home. But who the hell thought that they were hiding this? There's mountains of trash next to every door. If anybody ever looked in that direction, they knew what was up.
My house has been the way it is almost as long as I can remember.
I mean, are you really gonna puff on a cat piss, like, trumpet? I mean, it's kind of gross.
But living in there so long, it's kind of like you just ignore it. You just go about living like nothing's wrong because there's no other option.
Since we have been kicked out, I do come in here every once in a while to play.
and I'll like be imagining I'm somewhere completely different while I'm playing. Just anything I can do to take my mind off of the house.
Until they were evicted.
I mean, anything besides cleaning, right? Nobody's tried that yet. That would just be wild. Why would you try that to get back in your home, you know?
Just 2 weeks ago, the grim conditions inside Hervey's house had been kept a secret that even friends and family were unaware of.
When I was growing up, nobody knew. Not grandparents, family, friends, nobody knew. I had to make up all kinds of lies just to cover up what was going on in the house.
I mean, I'm watching it through a computer screen, right? And I can smell this. So I guarantee the neighbors can smell it. There's got to be like probably roaches. There's rodents, I'm sure, and all this trash and food lying around. So maybe that's where the cat is. The cat's probably getting overwhelmed by rats at this point. So you might have lost Whiskers.
But today, for the first time, Hervey is letting his best friend Derek in on the secret.
Oh, shit.
My name is Derek. I grew up with Herb. Like brothers, we're like best friends. When we were kids, he would basically come to my house. I wouldn't really go to his except to knock on the door and see if he'd come out. Never really went in.
If you're a kid, though, what are you doing with this besides building a trash fort or something? So thank God he had that friend to go over to his house, because if they would have went over there, he never would have lived that down in school.
Be sure to watch out for this hole. You can't squeeze all of it. It does go all the way down.
All the way down. Dad. Dad. There's a hole in the floor. You know, you just don't have holes in your floors. It's not normal.
When you get enough trash that there starts to be trap doors in your floor, I think you've got a real big friggin' problem, right?
Get these cans?
Yeah. We're in here grabbing some cans, trying
That's
to
money.
make some money and recycle and clean up the house at the same time.
Dad, when was the last time you opened up the fridge?
So this fridge hasn't worked in 5 years.
Yeah, that thing kind of
Some old orange juice.
Is that orange juice?
That's
And some ketchup. And some
old
cheese.
Old pie.
Bro, the hot and ready has disintegrated. I didn't know that was even possible. They put so much preservatives in that shit, it's supposed to survive. Like, I'm pretty sure they, like, dug up tombs in Egypt and found a hot and ready before.
I don't even know.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. This the bag? Okay.
Trying to make some money.
Trying to make some money. Dude, you got some gloves?
Actually, I do.
Dang. Oh, wow. I went
Bro, wait till his mom gets home and finds out that he's stealing all her hard-worked-for cans, right? Because if she's hoarding trash, it's gotten so bad that she wants the trash, okay? Not for, I don't know, sentimental. Like, that's where she's at. If she sees that he's stealing these cans, it's about to go apocalyptic up in here.
need like 8 layers of dishes to get that one can.
He was shocked just seeing it inside of the house for the first time.
There's a spider.
Where? It's a big spider.
That's not a big spider. For this house, that's not a big spider.
You got tarantulas living under here or something? Dang, that's too big.
Derek actually kind of surprised me when we were collecting the cans, because I didn't think he could handle it. Just the whole shock of the condition of the house.
Yeah,
I mean, if you get bit, though, this is like Spider-Man's origin story, except this is like the Toxic Avengers version of it, because spiders everywhere, flies everywhere. Somehow he's going to turn into a damn insect. Maybe the tick.
got a lot of flies.
Those strips have probably been there since I was in high school.
Dang.
Just sitting right there.
What?
It's like so
I don't
many
even know the
bugs.
point of my dad putting those up.
Oh my gosh. I don't know how you could live in this, man. You did it somehow.
Willpower.
Willpower. Yeah, I mean, he was a kid growing up in it, so I can't really put it on him, but He should have tried to clean some of it up at some point or another, and the dad's just hanging fly strips for decoration.
That and no choice.
Yeah, that ain't no choice.
It's scary. It's just unbelievable, like, just how unhealthy it is.
Oh, what is that squishing beneath my feet? Oh, man. You would find meat.
Ew. This is a pork loin, isn't it? It's either that or a condom from 1982 or something, and that puppy's starting to swell.
I got an eye. I can't help it.
Eat it.
Pork tenderloin.
Come back.
Leave it to the former 600-pound guy to know what the hell the food was, okay.
Oh, man, that is just...
We came across a pork tenderloin type thing, and it had like the green sides, and it was kind of green underneath, and it was quite disgusting.
That's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
And everybody was blaming like bats pooping on chicken for like the pandemic. These people started the damn pandemic.
The hell is that? Right there. Dude, there's a chicken on your table.
Right.
Dude, there's chicken.
That's disgusting. That
Yeah.
chicken's probably as old as I am. Oh, man, hold on. Oh, I just caught a whiff of something.
Yeah, I mean, mummified meat's not going to smell good, right? So that's got to be what's going on here. It would stink to high hell in this place.
You all right?
I'm good.
You sure?
Oh, man.
I feel bad that he did have to grow up in this.
Me too.
Nobody should deal with that. That's a lot.
Oh, that was the worst. I'm sorry.
It's a death trap. It's a death trap. It really is.
When me and Derek were in the house collecting cans, I was embarrassed at first, but after a while, it was like the greatest sense of relief knowing that, you know, the secret that I had had my entire life finally was out.
Right? Because how long could you keep that on your chest? You're going over to your friend's house. They can never come to your house. You're living like this every single day. And it's just miserable. Like, he couldn't have been happy as a kid growing up in this. Living around mummified meat and all this. Like, it's just gross.
I don't have to hide it anymore.
No matter what it takes, I'm gonna keep helping Herv. I'll always be there for Herv. Always. That's my boy.
You got a bag?
That's one. Only a million more to go.
I mean, technically, they probably collected enough to get them another hot and ready at this point. It looks like you guys hoard those a lot.
Only a million more to go. Whoa.
20 years of compulsive hoarding has left Herv and Janet displaced from their home. Now, the building inspector has given them just over a month to clean up or risk losing their home forever.
I am extremely worried that we're not going to be able to do it in that short period of time. If we don't clean it up, it will probably be a permanent eviction, and they will have to tear the house down. It would be...
Bro, what's in all these animal cages? I've yet to see the cat, which has me really worried at this point. I don't know what the hell's going on with the cat. I don't know, like, I really would love to just get inside their heads for a day and see, like, what exactly they're thinking.
devastating if they had to do that. We have nowhere else to go.
For the past 2 weeks, Herv and Janet have been living with Herv's friend and coworker, Wendy. And although they've been friends for several years, Wendy is about to see the inside of their house for the first time ever.
I was extremely nervous for Wendy to come see our house. I was worried that she would take one step in, turn around, and run.
I mean, to be fair, if I'm Wendy and you just moved into my house for the time being, I'm kicking you right the hell out if I see this, because you're going to do it to my house, right?
I'm nervous about going inside. I don't think that I'll judge them, but you never know once you get in there.
I'm glad you came. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, come on in.
Just stay away from the air mattress, because you're going to catch like dust babies from that thing or something. It was disgusting.
Be careful.
Pure joy.
This is our bathroom.
When's the last time you used it?
What?
The bathroom.
This is our working bathroom.
How do you use the bathroom?
It's very short.
And you don't wash your hands?
Not in this sink. This sink has no...
Where do you go to wash your...
Why didn't the son just hit up this? This is where all his freaking gas money was, right? If they started recycling, I'm gonna guess that there's probably like $500 worth of cans in this damn joint. That's crazy. And this guy's in here using this freaking bathroom? How? How could you even sit on that without catching something? Like, it's gross.
hands?
In our upstairs bathroom.
So this one, the toilet works, and then you go upstairs to wash your hands.
And use the shower.
And use the shower. It was much worse than I expected. I had no clue that it would be that bad. The smell, especially.
Will we head upstairs?
Sure.
Janet's up there.
Okay, let's just get something straight real quick. If they were living in this filth like this, their clothing would smell like it. You would have had to smell this smell at work. Like, you probably smelled the pork loin perfume on this lady all the time.
It really smells bad in here.
This was our kitchen.
It's overwhelming. The stench is terrible. The food.
Go ahead and get you some chicken. I saved you a bite. And also, grab yourself a Nestea while you're at it. There might even be a little bit of pizza left.
Left out is scary. This is really bad. I don't even know what to say. It's...
Tell them they could stay with you forever and ever. Also, I'm not even 100% sure that's a rotisserie chicken anymore. That might be a damn Sasquatch egg. I've never seen anything like that before.
It's disgusting.
Yes, it is.
How long have those fly traps been up there?
A couple years.
Mm-hmm. It's just trash.
Do we move on to the living room?
Sure.
Oh boy, you get to play a hell of a game of Twister with a mountain of garbage in there to get around.
Hi, Janet. Do your dogs stay in these crates?
Yes, they do.
Where are the dogs now?
They are being boarded at a facility.
So,
Oh, you can go right to hell putting the dogs in those cages. I'm more mad at the living conditions of the dogs and the animals at this point. You guys asked for this. They didn't.
why is the sofa out from the wall?
Because there's boxes behind it.
Right, but why are boxes behind the sofa?
Because they got put there.
Okay. So, do you guys ever use this room?
Herbie prefers to sleep right here.
Hervey sleeps here.
Mm-hmm.
Hervey sleeps here.
Oh my God. He's not that old, right? So his whole life, because this couch, I guarantee, has been where he's been sleeping for the last decade. This poor guy, man. This is all he knows.
Okay.
Seeing it through Wendy's eyes, or what she's seeing, was how overwhelming and how much trash there is.
I've never seen anything as bad as Herv and Janet's house. I think the most shocking thing that I saw in the house was the cobwebs. Cobwebs hanging down in sheets, covered in dust.
Oh yeah, it looks like they're just prepping for Halloween at this point. That's kind of a cool pattern, right? Like, that's dust, but it looks like a spider web almost. Spiders can't do that, right? That's definitely dust. Like, they're dust. Yeah, okay. I'm confused.
Right now, I am really overwhelmed and emotional about how disgusting this house is and how I could let it get this way. And having Wendy come into the house, I just am really embarrassed sharing this with her.
But Janet's discomfort isn't only because of the condition of her house.
About 3 years ago, Herv started a relationship with Wendy. He said it was
What the hell, you harlot? And you didn't smell the hot and ready on him? Oh my God, you guys were playing Stinky Twinkie and you thought that something was just like infected, didn't you? Nope, that was her. That was his friggin' house you were smelling.
sex and it didn't mean anything. And I let it go on.
What?
I felt like I was just keeping an enemy close as a friend, but she was getting what she wanted by having him as a partner. It just hurt me terribly.
Yeah, if you take a right, we're gonna go up.
What in the Freaky Friday shit is this? And you didn't even care? You guys were cuddled up on the air mattress, and then when he needed a place where he could get out all this trash, he went over there and borrowed her bed? And freaky menage a trois shit going on in the, like, hot and ready mountain?
The stairs.
Okay.
I want to believe Herb is going to stop seeing Wendy. He says it's over. I want to trust his word. I can't say for sure if that's true or not.
Master bedroom is the second door on the left.
On the left.
Thought Wendy was over here being such a great friend, right? And then it turns out that she's just boning Bill Gates.
Can I stand on your bed?
Yes.
This looks romantic. Uh-huh.
Wendy being
Put on the red panties, baby. We're going all out tonight. We can share.
in my home upset me. And when I heard her talking with her, I was really, really hurt inside with her being so close to him walking through the house.
You sleep on this?
Yes.
Do anything else on this? Intimacy.
Yes.
I mean, sharing is caring, but this lady, she's plotting on her, man. She wants him. She's like, can we take half of the trash, right? You get the divorce, we get like 15 boxes of hot and ready. We'll be good to go for the future.
Okay. You'll be
Back up,
fine.
harlot.
You will.
I just feel like it's my fault. That's what's so difficult. It's my fault. It's my fault that this is this way. I really don't want to live this way anymore. I really don't. We have to start over. I can't live this way anymore. Just can't.
All right. Also, definitely partially her fault. The trash mountain, all that. But he's playing his damn part too. And Wendy playing the great friend just to backstab her when she's emotionally vulnerable. This is just all the way messed up.
With his family evicted from their home, Hervey has few options for a place to live. Rather than stay with his parents at their friend Wendy's home, he has chosen to stay in a tent in his backyard.
I've been staying in the tent about 2 weeks now.
It's not as bad as most people would think. It's actually kind of comfortable to me. It doesn't bother me at all.
Of course, because this is the cleanest you've lived your whole entire life, right? Also, if you just march over to the house and keep collecting cans, you could probably live off them for the next decade if you recycle.
My parents are staying with Wendy. I'm not staying there because they have an awkward relationship, and I don't want to get in the middle of their personal problems.
I am.
Right, because awkward's not a friggin' understatement, right? The hussy stole her husband, okay? I'm your friend. I'm here for you, honey. And then next thing you know, somebody trips, falls, slips on a Ford Loco, and lands in a bunch.
Upset with my dad for his relationship with Wendy and him being unfaithful because it's just completely unfair to my mother.
Hervey's mother, Janet, has reached her breaking point as well. Desperate for help, she's reached out to licensed psychologist Rebecca Beaton in hopes that she may be able to help guide the family to a better life.
There are a lot of clothes in here.
Herb and Janet's situation is very severe. The home has structural damage everywhere. There's electrical issues. I was amazed that they have been living there.
Right? This is just all the way around a friggin' fire hazard. How isn't this place just caught up and like all of you been in there and just burned to death in your sleep? Like, I would see that one coming.
The cobwebs are extreme. The filth is extreme. The stench is extreme. I couldn't imagine living there.
And this room is our family room. And believe it or not, I'm standing on a table.
Oh, really? Okay.
And no matter how bad it was, I still noticed that the son had a stack of video games next to him on that bed, which this is the ultimate gamer nest right here, because you just finish your soda, throw it across the room, you ain't even got to clean up.
Bother you at all to have all of the trash around you?
Basically, I put blinders on. It's like it wasn't even here anymore.
So you just didn't even notice it?
Didn't even notice it.
It's
Okay, so we tried to throw the trash out, but then Wendy started humping her husband. It didn't quite work out.
really quite shocking that they really hadn't noticed how bad it had gotten around them. I mean, it definitely looks like, it looks like a home where you guys just gave up.
We honestly did give up.
Do you feel like you were just so worn out and so unhappy that you couldn't bear to get up and throw things away?
That is one thing.
A lot of depression.
A lot of depression. We did have a son 20 years ago. His name was Gregory, and he was born with a heart defect, and he basically lived for 4 months, and he died of pneumonia.
Look, okay, this is a family that's obviously been through a ton of trauma, so they're still not healed from that. And somehow that not healing led to this, where they just had all this stuff running through their mind and they couldn't even think to clean up their own mess anymore, which is terrible. It's like you get this cluttered mind, I guess, and then it just starts cluttering up in the house. And then before you know it, you don't even want to pick up after yourself. And then everything just spirals and spirals and spirals, and they never pick up anything.
I'm so sorry.
And
Yeah, our other son, Hervey, was 3 at the time.
And that's when things got really bad?
that's the start of when we stopped communicating with each other. We separated as a family
10, 12
at that time.
hours a day at work.
Oh, my goodness. What about Hervey?
What I did with Hervey, which is really, really sad, was when I went back to work, I put him in daycare. I bought him clothes. I bought him toys. I bought him anything he asked for, he got.
Wow.
I guess he's asking for a hell of a lot of light bulbs or something. But also, we have to hide Hervey from Wendy, too. Because it's only a matter of time before she gets tired of him, like your husband, and starts trying to play whack-a-mole with your son.
So you tried to buy him things for his love because you didn't have much in yourself to give him.
And after Gregory died, she lost her job at the zoo because they closed it down. Mm-hmm. So that put more stress. And then about a year after that, the place that I worked went bankrupt. So that one changed again.
Loss after loss. Yeah.
You know, it's like I didn't want to get rid of anything because I'd lost so much.
All right, but to be fair, if you both lost your jobs, I would start recycling some damn cans, right? We need to get some money rolling in here somewhere. And these cans, like, honest to God, they're sitting on probably like thousands of dollars worth of cans because they're like 5 cents a piece, right?
I don't feel like Herb and Janet ever really, truly grieved the loss of their son. And I think they really are suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. And that could be why they have dissociated from their environment. Like, they numbed out at that point.
After seeing the inside of the house, Dr. Beaton asks Janet and Herb to talk through some of the issues that have led to their predicament.
Okay.
Oh my God, I don't need to hear about this guy's friggin' issues, because if we're gonna talk about numbing out and this guy over here taking, you know, some Viagra and going to town with her best friend, like, I don't need to hear all that.
Well, I really appreciate how honest you've been and how straightforward you've been about what happened and how you just kind of gave up. But there's something else I feel like we need to address. I know there's been some infidelity that has definitely rocked your relationship.
She's a co-worker of his.
Was.
And they eat lunch together. They spend lots of time together. And I tried to do some things his way just because that was, he kept saying sex was pleasurable, and I shut myself off from it.
From sex?
From sex.
Okay.
I was at.
Oh, I need an adult ASAP. I don't even want to hear this. Also, whenever she's like, oh, she was a coworker, they ate lunch together. Yeah, she's eating his freaking tube steak. Like, what are you talking about? She's all about the man witch, and you're over here trying to get a hungry man. And little you know, your husband's already been fed.
To try to be bisexual and try to pleasure her and them together. And I was just totally uncomfortable. I could never get comfortable with it. And there were times when she goes, well, it's just sex. We're just friends. It's just sex. It doesn't mean anything. She goes, I don't want to be married to him. He's your husband. But yet, the hugs and the kisses I kept seeing, I said, I want them for me.
Yeah.
Not for her. And it was hard for me to watch them doing that together. So I told him I can't do it anymore. And he's experimented with some other things that bother me.
That you don't.
Oh, for the love of God, I do not need to know what this guy's doing in his spare time. Herb's a friggin' monster, apparently. This guy's he's getting around, man. I do not want to know what he is doing with some of these extra hot and readies, or I don't need to know, lady. Keep it to yourself.
Necessarily want to participate in.
Yeah.
Okay. So you would like to have a monogamous relationship?
Yes, I would.
Okay. Herb, how do you feel about that?
I have made the commitment to Janet that all that is over, that she is going to be the only one.
So I honestly know I can't stay if he keeps with other people.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, and right now he and Wendy are still friends. We're staying at her place. So yeah, if he goes and spends time with her, yeah, it still bothers me.
It's really strange to me that Herb and Janet are living with Wendy when Wendy's Herb's lover and Janet is not okay with that.
I mean, who would have guessed that Herb was such a friggin' ladies' man? He just comes storming in here and he just seduces everybody, apparently. You guys better be careful if you're watching this. You might slip or something. This guy's turning everybody on.
So I'm certainly open-minded if all parties are open to, a different type of arrangement in terms of your relationship. But it sounds like all parties are not open to that. And so if you're going to make this marriage work,
I have to be totally committed and only to Janet. And I'm
that
ready.
means even letting go of the friendship with Wendy.
I understand that.
You do?
Yes.
Okay. Because right now she feels threatened by it, and if you want to earn the trust back, you have to let Wendy go.
Yep.
But if you do relapse and you do want to get back into the swinger scene, what's going to happen then?
I would lose Janet.
Yeah, he would.
And so if he lost the ability to stay away from it, you're done.
I'm done.
Okay. I think that's really important for that to be on the table. I think Herb and Janet have a very difficult situation before them. In a way, I feel like their house is a reflection on their marriage. It is.
Yeah, it's effed up, but okay. I must have missed the part where they were talking about doing whatever, it all being open. I just thought Herb was stepping out, and then I heard that she got involved. And now I'm just grossed all the way out, man, because they must have been doing it at her house all the time, I guess, or a hotel, because I don't see a whole bunch of Tinder dates coming to this friggin' house, right? Okay, let's just say you were going to meet somebody, right? And they said, come on in. And then they had an air mattress, right? But whenever you flicked the lights on, you saw this, okay? Are you following through with it? Are you that desperate?
A mess, it's in shambles, it's falling apart around them, and nobody was even paying attention to it. And I hope they have the ability and stamina to be able to handle all of this.
Stamina's not the right word to choose right now, lady.
Compulsive hoarders Janet and Herb have just a few weeks to clean their home before they are permanently evicted. Professional organizer Mindy Godding is tasked with heading up the tremendous undertaking. And right away, she knows this will require more than just a major cleanup.
This environment is one of the most unhealthy I've ever seen. To get a house that's this extreme back in working condition, we'll definitely need not only hauling service, but we'll need some repair work done in several places. And there are major systems that have failed in this space.
Oh, baby, this toilet has definitely seen its fair share of cracks here. This thing's falling apart.
Gonna get worse before it gets better.
As a professional cleanup crew arrives on site, the team embarks on what is sure to be a very long day. But things quickly turn awkward when the team learns that Herb has invited Wendy to lend a hand.
Herb, you friggin' perv. You just can't help yourself, can you? Look at her. She's all smiles, and she is enjoying making your wife uncomfortable, I think, honestly. Because I don't think they're like the best of friends like I was thinking. But she's got a little smirk on. I don't know if she just pinched your butt, threw a mask on. I don't know what the hell's going on. This is gross.
I was thinking we needed all the help we can get, and Wendy said, I'm available, can I help? So
I think it is disrespectful that Herb brought Wendy here today, particularly after we talked in couples therapy about him ending this relationship, even their friendship.
You would think, because your wife's literally falling apart because you guys lost a son, and at some point you just decided to step out and make it that much worse when your wife clearly is struggling mentally. But Herb's such a friggin' great guy. Somebody should throw him down that little crack to Narnia over here.
Despite the elephant in the room, everyone does their best to focus on making progress in the house. Even Hervey's friend Derek is on hand to help out.
It's like super crazy. A binder. Jacket. A shirt.
It's just a lot more junk. It's kind of disgusting.
It's a lot of trash.
Bro, there's a lot of Pop-Tarts. Ooh, look, that Honey Bunches of Oats is probably still pretty damn good.
Up to the ceiling.
The turkey breast, the expiration date of April 29th, 2007.
So good.
Hamburger meat.
Good.
Fortunately, I think we have lunch covered today.
All of the activity around Janet and Herb's house soon draws the attention of their neighbors, and they're dumbfounded by what they see.
Is that stuff coming from outside or inside? That's coming from out the house. Ew. That's not healthy.
Okay, ladies, you've never glanced over a fence before in this neighborhood. I'm telling you, you could smell their house. You had to be able to smell it from down the block.
Look at all that dust on that stuff. I see all kind of stuff coming out the house. Wash machine.
I also don't think that's dust. I think that's like cat shit particles.
Refrigerator. Sofa. Look like a motorcycle. Old bunk bed.
What?
With springs coming out. Just dirt.
Did you see the mistress coming out? Because she's there too.
We're about halfway through our day, and we've already filled one 30-yard dumpster here, and we're just about to have another one delivered. We removed so much out of this house. We don't usually see a hoarding scenario where someone is letting things go with that much ease.
It's because it's all trash, which makes me super confused how she got like 80 or 90 grand in debt, right? Everything in this house looks like friggin' trash at this point.
I think they were probably ready, and they knew they needed to make a change.
Something from your mom?
But as the day goes on, Janet's finding it more and more difficult to cope with Wendy and Herb working so closely together.
That's great.
Herb was spending more and more time with Wendy, and Janet was feeling really alone in the process, working through all kinds of things on her own without Herb while he's with another woman.
You've got my glove.
I wanted to trust her, but every time he was out of my sight with her, I would always feel that he could be hugging or kissing her, even if he wasn't.
Hugging or kissing. They took this air mattress for a spin whenever you weren't looking, but okay. Obviously, Wendy's still putting the moves on Herb. I don't know what he did. Maybe this guy gave her the tongue twister or something and stunk the place up. It was the pheromones, right? It's pheromones. She's attracted to cat shit. That's what it is.
Very nice in there. Along with my definition of a grunt.
And at one point, she was helping him go through your personal papers.
Yeah,
deciding what to keep.
I think this is insurance for their boat.
Also, is it me or did she forget? I don't know. She might have forgot to wear something under that top. She's trying to seduce her all the way, right?
It's just really, really awkward. I can't.
It's inappropriate.
Yeah.
I think it was weird that Wendy was there for the cleaning process, going through all of my parents' personal files. It just felt awkward to me because she was there helping, but then again, she's part of the problem too.
Sensing the tension building in the house, Dr. Beaton decides to confront Wendy about the situation.
How are you doing?
Yeah, what's up, horn dog? Come on out here and have a friggin' chat with us since you can't keep your legs closed.
Tired.
Yeah,
Really
I've been
tired.
working really, really hard. And was this what you were expecting?
No.
Does that change your opinion of either one of them in any way?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
Okay.
They're still my best friends. They're still great people. And I'm going to keep being friends with them. Best friends.
And I'm going to ask you kind of a hard question. I don't know if you know that we know that you guys have been intimate together.
I wasn't aware.
Yeah. And
I
that's,
don't want to talk about that.
You don't want to talk about
Best friends. We're best friends. Oh, nobody told him he had you in a friggin' toehold. Now this cat's out of the bag, lady. And all the cat shit. And you're the litter.
No.
Okay. Is there anything you can say about that in general?
I've been intimate with her too. That part of my life is my part. It's not yours.
I certainly respect the fact that you want to keep it private.
Thank you.
Yeah, except you're standing in front of a friggin' camera, man, knowing that this episode is going to air at some point, right? Because Sean knows your dirty little secret, which means everybody else knows now.
Okay. Thank you. She was under the impression that none of us knew about their relationship.
You could see it on her face, right? That Wendy was doing the golden arches of her back, right? For them. You could just see it.
Herb didn't tell her that we all knew.
No, he did not tell her.
So how are you feeling about all this?
I'm feeling really awkward, and I have a lot of my stuff at her place right now, and I want to go get it. And if I need to put a tent back here too, that's what I want to do. I'm pretty sure we're not or at least I'm not welcome in her home any longer. You may not agree with this, but I want to put up the other tent and just stay here and get our stuff back. I can't stay there anymore.
So you didn't tell Wendy that we knew?
No.
It's not fair to me to keep this lie going about this friendship. It's not a friendship, not for me. I've been awkward all day because I know she's going through our stuff.
Okay.
But I need to get our stuff out of her home.
Okay.
Wow, his mask is starting to grow hair. But okay, like walk a mile in this lady's shoes, okay? Everything condemned. She had to go somewhere. And then Wendy's sitting here playing Friend of the Year, right? She's friggin' awesome. She's so amazing. Everybody loves Wendy. Wendy's here to help. But all the time, Wendy's just a snake. And now everybody knows it. But she was under the impression that she was coming off looking great, right? She was shining. Everything was all gold. But everything that glitters isn't gold, right?
How are you feeling about that?
That's fine.
Are you sure?
I'm here to support her, too.
Okay. We need to pull together as a family if you really want this to be a family. And Janet, I really commend you for standing up for what you need. All right, go forward as a family.
Okay.
Wendy found a snap and then just stormed off and left. And I'm kind of glad it happened. I'm glad that she's gone.
Well, somebody's not gonna get what she wants anymore, and she got real. She was standing on the other side of that dumpster the whole time, eavesdropping, right? But Herb didn't have the balls to walk up and just say it to her. Just go up and tell her, like, look, my wife's uncomfortable. We're not doing this anymore. But clearly, they probably friggin' are. She would not have that kind of an emotional response to her friends deciding they didn't want, right?
During a long and emotional day of clearing out their hoard, Herb and Janet seem to have also made some headway in their relationship.
I don't feel like Herb and Janet ever really had complete closure regarding their loss of their young son. So I asked Herb and Janet to write letters to him saying goodbye and embracing the fact that they are going to start living their life.
That's probably like the mess and all of that in the house, right? All that can be fixed. The house can be fixed. This is the part that's actually hard to fix because mentally it's just going to put you through the ringer. They lost a child. Something like that takes forever to heal if you don't address it. I'm surprised that they didn't go to therapy or something before this. They probably could have prevented all of this from even happening.
Dear Gregory, I love you, and I miss you very, very much. I remember the day you were born and the struggles you endured to survive for 4 months. In my heart, I know you are in heaven, and one day I hope to see you again in heaven. It is now time for me to say goodbye and let you rest in peace. My angel Gregory, I truly love you. Goodbye, my son. There will always be a very special place for you in my heart. Love, Mom.
It's beautiful.
A special place in hell for Wendy. This special place in hell for you too, buddy, because you were sitting here entertaining it the whole time. I saw you the way you were looking at her while your mask was puffing dust. You were thinking of... Oh my God.
I think burning the letters was a good ritual for them, a ritual of letting go. Is there anything else either of you would like to say?
Just goodbye one more time. Bye, Gregory. I love you.
It's time to start your new life. Yes, it is.
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Okay.
20 years of emotional baggage. I mean, how do you get over something like that, right? I don't think anything like that takes a little bit of time. Like, that's a long-term healing thing. And it's just not going to get better because you burn the letters, too. They're going to have to work at that every single day just to get that off their chest.
6 weeks have passed since the building inspector evicted Herv and Janet from their home and demanded that they clean up or have their house condemned.
We have moved back into the house. The building inspector gave us permission to come back in. He thought we'd made good enough progress and everything.
Well, would you look at that? We've got effing walls back all of a sudden. That's crazy. I just had to pause it right here because the only walls we had before this was Wendy's sugar walls, and those were not very nice.
It's up to his standards, and we're back in. I am extremely happy, but we still have a lot to go to get this house spick and span.
This is our living room area, and it's much more open and inviting. And it's a lot brighter and happier to be together in this house now.
The cleaning.
Oh, thank God, man. The dog. I hadn't seen the dog the whole time. They said they were boarding it, though, right? Yeah, they were boarding the dog. But I was like, the pets are missing.
Process so far has been hard. I won't say that it hasn't, but it's brought us all a lot closer.
This is our bedroom, and before, this room was totally covered with trash, and we're very happy to be able to sleep in here again.
And it's much more comfortable now. It's like a new beginning, and it's really nice.
Okay, so when people hoard stuff typically, though, like I've seen the all trash hoards before and stuff like that. This is clearly what this was. But they were talking about all this debt and stuff from hoarding and rebuying things. I don't see a lot of material like possessions here that would cost anything, right?
This was our family room area, and this has now become Hervey's little studio apartment.
I'm no longer staying in the tent. We cleaned all the trash out. We got all the carpets up. We got the cobwebs. And it's been really nice. It's definitely an upgrade from a tent by far. And it looks completely different. It's amazing how much work we got done.
The progress is great. It's way better than what it was. It's not atrocious anymore.
Bro, I'm also still not ever sitting on that couch, ever. Because God knows what he was doing. There was nowhere else he could go besides the couch. He was doing everything on that couch, right?
I think everybody's quite a bit happier. I mean, looking back, I probably see more smiles now in this house than I have since Hervey was probably a little toddler.
This is our kitchen, and it's much cleaner and usable.
Tell them it's ready.
Tell them it's time for dinner.
Have a seat.
It's very nice to sit together as a family and be able to have a meal together.
It's nice to have a house, the actual home, a place to call home, and be able to bring people back to. It's just nice.
Bro, I mean, that stove, well, it looks like it's in working order now, right? There's still got to be some cobwebs in that damn thing. I still wouldn't want to eat stuff that came out of it, just seeing how the house was before.
Like we're starting fresh, like we have a new start.
This is good.
My compliments to the chefs. So how long has it been since you've eaten at this table?
That would have been 94.
Hey.
So it's been since about 15 or 16 years ago since we sat at this table together and ate a meal.
That's crazy.
Better late than never.
It was a wonderful experience to have dinner at the table for the first time in a very, very long time.
It's nice. It's,
Yes.
Yep, like a family.
All right, so that's it for this one. Crazy turn of events, man. I really did not expect the harlot to come into the hoard, there to be this whole three-way thing going on, the loss of their child, which is just awful, that kind of caused everything to spiral. But man, I like watching Hoarders. It's kind of fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching it with me. So leave a like, leave a comment, let me know if you guys like this one, and I'll do some more if you guys do. And yeah, I'll see y'all later. Bye.